This is the ASMR Nerd, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2017. I hope you all have had a great holiday season, a very Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or whatever it may be that you celebrate at this time of year. And I hope you all had a great New Year's Eve celebration. So, for my first video of the new year, I'm going to be doing a little wander around a couple of maps in Overwatch. Overwatch, for those of you who maybe don't know, is a multiplayer first-person shooter from Blizzard. They have Warcraft, Diablo, Starcraft, all that stuff. Everybody knows Blizzard. And it's a team-based, class-based kind of game, a lot like Team Fortress 2. Came out in May 2016, and I have been absolutely loving it. Playing it casually but consistently, I would say. And in typical Blizzard fashion, they put out a couple of redecorated maps for the holidays. And those maps will be disappearing very soon, within a day or two here. And so I wanted to make sure that I took the opportunity to do a little look around on them with you guys, because I think they're really well done. In fact, the map design visually in Overwatch in general is just stellar, as it is from a gameplay perspective as well. But anyway, so today we're just going to cruise around, take a look at this map and maybe another one, time permitting, to see what they've done to spruce it up for the holiday season. And I'm also going to talk a bit about the gameplay of these maps and the map design from a gameplay standpoint, and just some of my thoughts and musings, I guess, on these maps. So the first map, where we're starting here, is called King's Row, and it is set in a sort of near-ish future London. And we begin in a cathedral. This is the spawn point for the attacking team. And on this map there is one attacking team and one defending team. And the attackers are trying to capture a payload and push it to the end of the map along a predetermined route. And the defenders are trying to stop them, of course. And right off the bat you can see here, look, Blizzard's got champagne bottles and glasses set up here, perfect for a New Year's celebration. I like that. And in the back here, all those computers and screens are normal. They're normally there all year round, but they've got a wreath and some Christmas lights set up here. And garland strung along the walls. And you can hear, if you listen, sort of a echoey choir singing what sounds kind of Christmassy. Just sort of reverberating throughout the cathedral. And then here we've got a Christmas tree, looking quite lovely. It's got some gifts under it. Looks like a sled. A little sled, and a number of unopened boxes. And of course, more Christmas Christmas lights and garland around it. So why don't we step out of the cathedral here and see what we've got. This is, I'm just gonna phase right through the door here. Don't mind me. I'm in spectator mode right now, so there will be no enemies, of course, but I'm a disembodied camera. Makes it easy to move around, although it is a little twitchy. Very sensitive controls, so if you happen to notice me zooming around unintentionally, that's why. Okay, so over here, look, we've got a pondering snowman. He looks like he's a little bit uncertain about things, maybe thinking about his fate when it starts to warm up. This is the exterior of the cathedral where we just were. I love these gently falling snowflakes. And sparkling snowdrifts. Looks like a cozy little shop here, maybe, or abode. You can see there's water melting down the windows, condensation. That's kind of a neat touch. We've got some more Christmas lights and garlands in here. Sorry, I told you the camera's twitchy. This is cool. Look, well, first of all, the bus says King's Row because that's where we are. But I think that they've updated the ads for winter. It calls it the Spennymoor Winter Collection. That's what they're advertising. It's a nice little touch. So this game, as I mentioned, takes place in the near-ish future. And you play as characters that belong to a sort of a team of superheroes, really. They all have super abilities of some kind or another, and they formerly defended the world from, well, it's actually not quite clear what. A lot of the story is a bit opaque, because it's just kind of provided through in-world sort of contextual storytelling. There's not a lot of explicit sort of story stuff in the game. Yet, anyway. But anyway, it's sort of campy superhero. Look at this. This is great. This is advertising a movie now playing Love, Actually. And it's got an Omnic, which is sort of like the robots in this fiction, and a lady who is trying to hack said Omnic, it looks like, with some kind of love USB. That is a terrible pun, and kind of a hilarious little piece of humorous environmental art. I think we got something else here coming soon. Pakimari's Winter Adventure coming this season. Have a happy holiday with Pakimari and friends. And Pakimari's friends are like some kind of like manically happy sausage and what looks like a fried egg in a stocking. Pakimari is kind of a little mascot of the game, I guess. He's like a little tentacled turnip, maybe. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know what the deal with Pakimari is. It's just like a cute little thing that you can find in some of the levels, but it's sort of taken on a life of its own. I don't know. Another Christmas tree over here, looking very lovely. Looks So, okay, let's head on outside and I'll talk a little bit about the map design in this part of the map. Okay, we'll just head out into this sort of central area. It's nice they've decked out lots of buildings and Christmas lights. It's very festive. So, from a gameplay point of view, the attacking team pushes from their spawn in the Cathedral here and moves through this little initial area we just cruised through to this choke point. This is the first sort of critical choke point on the map. And the attacking team is pushing to this area right here. Specifically, this garage door. But this sort of part of the street is the first capture point. And there's normally sort of a glowing rectangle that delineates where the attacking team needs to take and hold. So they have to hold it for a certain amount of time, and then this garage door will open and a vehicle will come out, and then the attacking team must escort said hover vehicle along this road further into the map. We'll get there shortly. But anyway, the defending team usually sets up in this area and attempts to stop the attackers at this initial choke point. So things get pretty intense around here. And there are a number of ways to deal with that. As the attackers, you can try and go up and over. Like, I play a character named Farah a lot, and she has jump jets, so she can jump up and then, for instance, land over here on this rooftop and shoot rockets down into this area. Or she could drop down and try and get behind them, the defenders, that is, by coming through here. But even more effective, often, is this little pathway up here. So you come through the building where we were initially, and you can just hop out this door right here, and there's this sort of back route which comes up these stairs and gives you access to this whole area back here, which is sort of behind the enemy players. And so sometimes it's quite worthwhile to try and get back into here. And you can attack from up here, or from over there. Or you could go downstairs, and you can even attack from right in here. This whole area is useful for getting behind the opponents, or flanking them, catching them by surprise. Of course, that's just one strategy, one character. There are other characters that are better suited to pushing right through this choke point, such as Reinhardt with his big shield, who can block a bunch of enemy fire and absorb a ton of damage. Or there's stealthy characters that can sort of sneak in behind without being seen. So there's lots of options in the character design for dealing with choke points like this. And Blizzard cleverly builds these maps to allow for multiple routes. They try and focus the action at a choke point, but it's sort of map design 101. You always offer alternate routes to players, so that if a choke point is really buttoned up tight, there are always options if you're clever. Okay, let's take a look at this area then. We've got another snowman peering out from around this corner, looking a little bit concerned, which I think is kind of funny. This big statue up here is of an omnic of some kind, which again are sort of the robots, and then what looks like a human least in terms of the story and the lore, is between people who believe that Omnics, these AI-controlled robots, are, people, essentially, and they deserve the same rights as people, and those who believe that they don't. And that seems to be the divisive conflict in this universe. But I believe King's Row, or I should say London, Neo-London, is generally supportive of Omnic rights. But a lot of people aren't. Let's head on into the Alderworth Hotel, shall we? More presents, candy canes, very nice. It's kind of hard to choose where to go because there's so many routes. Like I said, Blizzard does such a great job of providing these alternate routes for flanking. I like these snowflakes on the lampposts. Why don't we cruise through here? Sorry, I know I'm again a little stoppy-starty. I'll try and take it easy, but man, it's twitchy. So this area has been decked out nicely once again. A nice Christmas tree, presents all over the place. Some very nice sort of velvety ribbon things. So, the payload goes over that way along the street where I indicated earlier, but this is a back route that lets you, again, potentially flank, or get behind the defenders, or vice versa, the defenders can get behind the attackers this way. Look at this snowman. He's holding his own head and he looks really happy about it. Not horrified at all. It's funny. Oh, look at this. A lovely little hearth. With a crackling fire. Christmas lights and a garland. Some more baubles in the window. We got wreaths on the doors. The Hoof and Haunch. That's a pub if I ever heard it. Or a butcher shop, I guess, actually, probably. I was thinking a pub that sells good meats, but maybe it's a butcher shop. You can hear a little Christmas song. Christmas carols playing. Fish and chips. Bell fish and chips. So this is the main route along which the payload travels. Oh no. Look at this poor melted snowman. Oh, he's a puddle. A snow shovel. So the payload moves this way. And eventually you arrive at the next big choke point on the map, which is right here. Let's take a look. So, this is a major choke point, and a checkpoint where once the attacking team gets the payload vehicle to this point, it won't begin to slide backwards if they don't push it. That's sort of the mechanic, is that if the pushing team hasn't been close to the payload for a little while, it begins to slowly drive backwards or slip backwards, all the way back to the first point if you let it. But once they overcome this choke point and hit that checkpoint, then it will not move back any further than this design standpoint, or an aesthetic design standpoint, I should say, this area is some kind of immense factory. As you can see, it's got all these sort of smokestacks and pipes and things going on. I don't know. Look at that's a pretty moon. I don't know what it's supposed to be manufacturing in the, the story. Maybe Omnics, I don't know. But right now, during the holiday season, it is basically Santa's workshop. So you see all these lights set up in here, and you can see along the roof, or the ceiling, you've got these conveyor belts carrying presents. The presents come along. Here's some more. They join up here. Looks like they disappear back into the wall there. Here's some more. Going up into somewhere. I don't know where. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. And of course, piles of presents. These are normally just crates, metal crates in the rest of the year. But right now, they are presents. Lots of presents. Sort of wrapped up here on pallets, it looks like. So the attacking team pushes through here and ultimately has to get the payload to this point right here. And if they manage to do that, then they win. Oh, look at more presents down here. This is interesting. This is like a big bottomless pit. Don't know quite why it's there, where it goes. Because if it's bottomless, it doesn't go anywhere. Listen, you can hear what sounds like little hammers working away. Because it's supposed to be elves hammering away on toys, maybe. Of course, all these icicles and snow, none of that is there during the rest of the year. That's all unique to the Christmas time situation. And it looks like there's some little desks set up back here. Maybe these belong to Santa or his elves, I don't know. Oh look, we've got steaming mugs of cocoa at each table. That's very nice. And then back in behind here is the defending team's spawn point. This looks like a little gift wrapping area. Look at there's different kinds of gift wrap on the wall. Rolls of gift wrap next to a big pile of presents. More gift wrap and baubles. Yes, this is very festive indeed. Candy canes. More hot cocoa. Very nice. Oops. So, that is King's Row. And it's a well-designed map. As I mentioned, even, these places that look like really nasty choke points have these alternative routes that are available to certain classes. You might notice up here there's this little doorway, or whatever you call this, little tunnel space, where a clever character could avoid this massive choke point mess down here. Or if they can sneak in over here, they can flank so much gift wrap. And get the drop on defending team. Another side route over here. Just really excellent design. Lots of options. And Blizzard has done just such a fantastic job of decorating this level for the holidays. They've really made it unique by doing this whole Santa's workshop thing, and then the outside feels like something out of a Christmas Carol, you know, like Ebenezer Scrooge and sort of Victorian England. They've done a really nice job of that. And that is so typical of Blizzard, you know, is putting in the time and the effort to really polish their offerings, whatever it may be, whether it's the way the map plays, or whether it's the holiday decorations. You know, they put a lot of thought and time and effort into these sorts of things, and they have a reputation for polishing their games to a blinding gleam, and that certainly shows in all aspects of Overwatch. So, there is another map that Blizzard has done up for Christmas, and that is the Hanamura map. That being said, I'm probably going to do that in a second wander, which I will put out in the middle of the week. So, I'll space it out a little bit because this is already getting pretty lengthy, and that way you have something to look forward to in a few days' time. So, thank you all for coming along on this little